Hello and welcome to India Today. I am Sanjay Ponappa.
And this is Maruti Acharya, and we just completed watching a Tamil movie, Kingston. So, without any delay, before getting into the details, Sanjay, your one-liner.
The full title of the film is Kingston and the Cursed Sea.
Correct.
Again, great title, very intriguing. And the film as well, it is such a wonderful attempt. It's a promising attempt at executing a fantasy horror film on the sea. We've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, we've seen all these films from Hollywood. This seems like India is also trying really hard to get there. But still, while the film shines in moments, there is a long way to go until we actually execute something as flawless as the Pirates of Caribbean. I feel like congratulating on the team for attempting such a thing and executing as much as they could. But then again, there is a long way to go for the film.
Kudos to vision. Kudos to not completely execution, but definitely attempt. The attempt and vision are really, really good, but with the execution, the movie just half-baked. Let's get into the details. So, Kingston and the Cursed Sea is the new movie starring Prakash Kumar, Divyabharathi, and music is also by Prakash, and movie is directed by Kamal Prakash, a debutant. Now, movie is produced by Parallel Universe Cinemas. Prakash is also a producer and also Z Studios. What worked for me in the movie, Sanjay, I feel like, without taking names, the lot of recent ocean-driven stories, which are commercial, I think the people now figured it out. Especially some portions and visuals really, really worked. Also the horror elements. And I was really impressed with the nativization of a story like this.
Right.
In the sense, we've seen Pirates of the Caribbean and a lot of other movies which go in this fantasy horror genre, but the way they have Indianized it, okay, bringing it to the coastal backdrop, adding the relevance and all of that, the adaptation of these kind, like, it feels so rooted.
Right.
So that first step itself was very, very impressive for me.
But at the same time, it also feels like more could be done.
Correct.
More fine-tuning could have been done. Another aspect that I really liked is the whole sea saga, which is the second half of the film. I feel like the second half of the film it had so much more to offer.
Correct.
It got introduced a little too late is what I felt. Had the second half been, started a little earlier, the whole arc on the sea, the main arc, the central arc, it would have made this film's experience a lot better. Even though there were hits and misses here and there in the second half, it felt a lot more engaging than the first half.
And definitely another strong quality of the movie is cinematography, not just in terms of frames, the way they have designed some frames, pre-interval, post-interval, and the whole horror segment that happens under the cabin. All of this, they have beautifully captured the claustrophobic nature of that, and then, the visual grandeur in a sea and all of that, and complemented by good sound effects.
Yes.
There are 2-3 scenes where actually the jump scares really worked.
Right.
So in those aspects, the movie did really, really well for me.
Also, the sound effects, otherwise, the whole music in the film was also really good. Again, Prakash rendered the music for this. He composed, and there was this in between. There was the sequence where EDM and Tamil rap was included, and it was like a chase sequence of sorts. All of that was really engaging. That is what I meant when I said there are moments when this film shines, and these are the moments. The horror elements, the prosthetics, the effects. All of this have been catered really nicely, and you can see glimpses of potential in the filmmaker, in the whole department, the technical departments, and all of it. And given the budget, which is approximately 20 crore, is what I read in a few places. At such a budget, to give out a film of this scale is definitely commendable. 100% kudos, because a 20 crore budget is basically
nothing in terms
of Pirates of the Caribbean. Literally nothing if you compare it to Pirates of Caribbean. So great work in terms of using resources that are available.
These kind of ambitious projects and attempts should come more often, so that we will also reach the Hollywood standard that we keep talking about. Now, the things that were not up to the mark for me in the movie, especially, is the first half. because there's a lot of scope for drama, but there is not a lot of drama that was translated onto big screen. I feel like there's a little bit more of nurturing in the idea was required. So that is the weak point, and still they managed to pull the entire first half with just the setup.
Yes.
So it feels very weak and shallow. So that is one of the main reasons why, again, when the second half picks up also, there are a lot of elements that they have included in the second half. So it is such a contradiction that the first half is so shallow and second half is so filled. So that was the biggest thing for me in the entire movie.
Yes, so the film is marketed in a way calling itself the first sea mystery adventure film in India or something of that sort. So when you market it in that way, and the mystery adventure starts only in the second half.
Correct.
All of first half, almost 1 hour, 10 minutes of the film just goes in setting up what is happening and why, where is the whole setup, and that is all of the first half.
Correct.
So that is a little, tiring as a viewer to just sit through this whole thing waiting for when the exciting part is going to start. That is what I experienced while watching the first film. First half of the film. It felt like a different film altogether. The second half, in contradiction, like you mentioned, has so many elements added. I easily felt like they could have started the whole sea arc in the first half and, integrated bits and pieces here and there. Probably the drama could have been mixed, the reveals could have been different.
It is okay if you show me something that I know, but it is about how you show and when you show. With this movie, in a lot of places in terms of execution, the makers lacked clarity. After a point, you don't understand who is whose relative. It is not clearly etched out in the movie. There are a lot of characters. The arcs are not developed. It feels underdeveloped. There are so many characters. There are so many plot twists which are revealed in a very lackluster way, where you, at a point, when there is a reveal, you should feel, oh, like, huh? So that is how it was feeling, and there are so many characters, and in the second half, suddenly so many angles started unveiling, and then it just ended up being a whole big mess of lot of beautiful ideas than a beautiful visual spectacle.
Experience, yes. The conviction should be there throughout the scripting stage, the technical stage, everywhere. While we see a lot of conviction with the production and the technicals and the visual effects, that same conviction is not seen when crucial moments in the script, in the screenplay is there. Because it feels like a mediocre outing has been taken, a mediocre twist, a mediocre turn, a mediocre reveal is there. That just, the high that is created by the visual effects and the proceedings in the film, that suddenly falls down, especially by the climax, the end reveal. It feels very underwhelming, to say the least. That whole last 5 minutes felt like it could have been much better.
So any ambitious attempt needs a solid execution. I think that is the biggest disadvantage of the movie Kingston, because it just feels like scenes. They've written the scenes and they shot. Nothing seems coherent. Nothing seems like it is flowing. And the Prashant Neel kind of edit pattern that they also tried, like the intercut. It's a nice idea, but not a nice idea for this movie, because it is creating a lot of confusions than clarity.
Fair.
So these kind of decisions that the makers have taken have, got the movie a little down for me personally.
Film is 100% a really commendable effort, a really commendable project and attempt.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the place where actually Indians are known for, the Indian cinema is known for its, drama, the emotions and all of it. All these places the film starts lacking while it, progresses in terms of the technicals, the music, the visual effects, the CG, prosthetics, makeup, all of that.
Yeah.
So while we are trying to reach new heights, we shouldn't let go of the foundation that we are strong in. That would be my end note for this film.
Go watch the movie, whatever is your opinion. This is our opinion. You might have a different opinion.
Yes.
So watch it. Come back and mention it in the comments below. We do read all the comments and we do interact as well. Thank you so much for all the love and support, interactions, putting out your opinions, reviews for all our reviews till date. Please check out our channel, like, share and subscribe if you like the kind of content.
Right.
With that, this is Maruti Acharya.
And I am Sanjay Ponappa.
And you're watching India Today.
And you're watching India Today, SoSouth.